I'm Danny702 and welcome to Las Vegas. Today we will be exploring Treasure Island Hotel and Casino right here on the Las Vegas Strip. Treasure Island Las Vegas, also known as TI Las Vegas, is a resort and casino located on the Las Vegas Strip. A few factors set TI apart from the rest of the resorts in the city. I think though the biggest thing probably being its style and theme. TI features a pirate-themed design, which sets it apart from the more traditional and lavish styles that you can find at the other resorts. The resort's pirate theme was originally intended to appeal to families and was marketed as more of a family-friendly option compared to the other casinos. Over the years, TI has undergone several renovations and expansions, but unfortunately lost quite a bit of that pirate theme, at least as I remember it. Most of us remember the famous pirate show that they would hold here right in front of the resort multiple times a night. The Battle of the Buccaneer Bay, as it was once called when they first opened the resort in 1993. It was a 15-minute show with over 20 actors. It was seriously a spectacular show, drawing tourists from all over the world each show and filling the boardwalk right in front of the resort. But this whole entire boardwalk would be filled with people. They even made an elevated section where you can come and watch the show against the Las Vegas Boulevard. Such a cool part of Treasure Island. The show had an impressive special effects, including pyrotechnics and water features and explosions. The pirates would engage in sword fights and acrobatic stunts, and it all ended with the sinking of a replica pirate ship. The ship would be set ablaze and then slowly sink into the lagoon in a dramatic and memorable finale to the battle. The show went on for 10 years, and a new show would follow on TI's 10-year anniversary and part of its rebrand from Treasure Island to TI. The new show was called The Sirens of TI and featured a cast of female performers dressed as pirates who sang and danced on the large ship and engaged in a battle with a group of male performers, now appealing to more of an adult crowd. That show only lasted 3 years, and the closure of the show was supposed to be temporary to make way for construction of new retail space, but ended up being the last of the shows here at TI. Although the show is no longer, it does remain a beloved part of the city's entertainment history and is fondly remembered by those lucky enough to see it. So you guys see some flowers set up on this ship over here to the left of the resort, and I'm pretty sure it's because they do weddings once in a while on the pirate ship. Remember one of the coolest things at the very end of the show, if you waited until they started to reset the ships after it had been sunken underwater, you can actually see the captain who went down with the ship coming back up with the ship, like he'd been holding his breath the whole entire time that it was underwater. Alright, it's time to head inside and see what currently TI has to offer. I do have a lot of memories at this hotel. My first time coming to Vegas was in 1994, which was the heydays of the family era here in Vegas. Treasure Island was definitely on my must-do list every time that I came out to Las Vegas, and of course it reminded me of the Pirates of the Caribbean. I was such a huge Disney fanatic, and I can swear that it smelled like Pirates of the Caribbean in some spots of this hotel. And I will also always be a fan of the heavily themed hotels. It still has a pirate theme around the resort, and if you take your time and look around, which sometimes it's hard to do with all of the flashing lights and sounds coming from the casino floor, but you can still find some pirate themed architecture and decor all around this resort. Sort of like a pirate village, the balcony above. The lights are on, looks like somebody's home. And there's this custom made motorcycle here that was made by Metropolitan Choppers. There's a little sign here that I'm reading. Basically, it was inspired by the Sirens of the TI show. You will see some random shops set up, mostly like this, where you can grab some souvenirs. I am digging this little baby onesie. It says, "Arg, change me booty." Or you can get this fancy back scratcher. Wow. The resort opened in October of 1993 as Treasure Island and then was later rebranded as TI in 2003. It was originally developed by Steve Wynn, who opened the Mirage next door in 1989, which is, or at least was, a heavily themed resort that also had a show in front of the resort that drew tourists, still does, every day. Sadly, we're rounding the last days of that volcano show as Hard Rock recently took over the Mirage from MGM, and then we'll be changing over to the Hard Rock Resort at the end of this year, along with removing the volcano and adding a guitar-shaped tower, which more on that another day. But Steve Wynn was a big fan of Disney and got a lot of inspiration for both of the resorts from Disney. He said something along the lines of wanting to build a theme park, but it had already been done. But he did bring that charm and that wonder to an adult playground. Such a cool time to be a kid out here in Sin City.
If you're a beginner or even a seasoned gambler, the TI has plenty of games. Everything from the slots, the old school slots, to all of the new style slots. You have a lot of table games as well. So something for everyone. Well, at least the 21 and over crowd.
Seems to be a good mixture of the new upgraded games, but we also have some of the old school slot machines back here. Or I guess not super old school. Oh wait, these do have the Poli. They do have a sports book, and they claim to have an intimate size casino floor, so it's not huge, but there's plenty of space and plenty of games, and it's still about 48,000 square feet. This reminds me of the arcade games where you would shoot water at a specific target, and then you would race the horses above you. Here they come, rounding the corner. And number 2 wins. Or you can head over to the sportsbook and bet on some real live races. Eddie just noticed that at one of the slot machines they have wireless charging. Oh, and it's a fast wireless charger. In the early 2000s, TI became a part of MGM Resorts. And under MGM's ownership, the resort underwent further renovations and upgrades, including the addition of new guest rooms, a renovated pool area, and the opening of new dining and entertainment options. Along with that, though, also a fading of the pirate theme. I believe in 2009, Ruffin took over ownership of this resort, and then in 2019, the resort joined the Radisson Hotel Group. You can find a few options for entertainment at this resort. They do have Cirque du Soleil Mystère and a variety of other shows and concerts. They do have various acts come through. I did see that Colin Quinn will be performing soon, as well as other acts that I wasn't really familiar with. But also over at Geely's Saloon, I think is how you pronounce it, they have a whole country music bar and dance hall with live entertainment almost nightly. Then we have the Marvel's Avengers Station, an interactive and educational exhibit bringing visitors into the world of the Avengers. I'm not really into Marvel, so I've never been into this exhibit, and I did read that they have a display of authentic props and costumes from the Marvel Avengers movies. It says visitors will get to see Captain America's uniform and shield, Black Widow's uniform and weapons, and then so much more. That's cute. This is cute! Treasure Island is located in the middle of the Las Vegas Strip, so it offers easy walkable access to so many of the other resorts. And then there is a tram that will take you to the front doors of the Mirage. Treasure Island does offer a variety of amenities, including a large casino, a tropical outdoor pool, a full-service spa, and a wide range of dining options. There are close to 3,000 guest rooms in a tower that goes to 36 stories tall, including standard rooms, suites, villas, all of which feature modern amenities and comfortable furnishings. Pricing is on the moderate level, but a huge plus to this resort is that they have no parking fees. And then they also have the tram to the Mirage. The Mirage is just the next resort over, but it can take a while to walk. Super easy access, take you right to the front of the Mirage. And then you can just keep on walking south. And so here is the lobby, the front desk. You do have a members only desk. I'm not seeing any self-serve, so self-serve check-in, check-out. They do have express checkout as far as just dropping the keys, so just be prepared to wait in a line. They do have security at the elevator, so we can't go up in the hotel towers to see if we can spot a view. They also have the spa, the salon, all that upstairs, so I won't be able to show you guys that until we do an actual stay here, which I do plan on doing. I want to stay at the resorts, but I also want to do it during the pool seasons, so I can be able to show you guys all of that. From fine dining to casual eats, you'll find something to satisfy your cravings. We've got Phil's Steakhouse, a semi-formal restaurant with steak and seafood on the menu. At Seafood Shack, you can order seafood and pasta dishes. We've got Gilly's Barbecue, which is also a bar and dance hall. This is one of the entertainment and nightlife options. They got a big dance floor. The bar looks pretty big. They also have the stage right here, front and center. And then I just noticed that they have the bull. You can ride the bull. Senor Frogs, I have eaten here once before. There's a really cool outdoor patio that overlooks the strip and the Pirate Lagoon in front of the resort. It looks like they have a drag brunch show, top queens, and bottomless cocktails every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Look at the floating butts. Oh, that's so funny. It's like we're underneath a lazy river. The Golden Circle is a sports bar with a theme repping our VGK. You can grab breakfast at the coffee shop, which has a full menu for breakfast and for lunch, and I did read that they have a patio by the pool. I will always be a fan of old school diners, breakfast spots, places that you can get some breakfast even in the late night hours, and I do love that they have the dessert display. That is so old school. And a few counter service options. There's Pickup Sticks, there's Popeyes, they do have Froyo, and of course, a Starbucks. Then there's also a pizzeria where you can grab a whole pizza or you can grab pizza by the slice. I am pretty hungry and I think I have been trying to get pizzas from different spots around the Las Vegas Strip. I think it's gonna run you $5.95, so not among the cheapest spots. Thin crust. Pretty floppy, pretty greasy, but also pretty cheesy. That's a good thing. Let's see, let's do a grease test. Oh yeah. The cheese bowl is always what I'm looking for. So far we've had the pizza over at New York, which was on my Cheap Eats video. So that one had maybe one of the lowest prices on the Las Vegas Strip. That was pretty good. We also had pizzaoki over at the Aria. That one was probably my least favorite so far. We've also had over at Harris. That one might be my favorite. I can't think of the name of it. It might have been Pizza by the Slice or Pizza Slice, something along those lines. Same place where you can get those massive cakes. Their pizza was really good too. And that's actually pretty good. You don't get that much sauce. A lot of cheese, which I kind of like. I'm a big fan of a good cheesy pizza. This is pretty good. Possible pro tip. I just noticed an express self check-in. So over there when we were by the lobby, I mentioned I don't see any express check-ins. And look at this. They're over here. Oh my God. Crazy, because there was a pretty decent line over there at the front desk and there's absolutely nobody here. If you want to skip the line, definitely come back to the back of the resort where you can utilize the check-in, check-out. All right, friends, thanks so much for joining me on checking out Treasure Island or TI Las Vegas. What do you guys think? Have you stayed here before? Would you stay here? Just another classic option here on the Las Vegas Strip. Until next time, guys, please subscribe for more adventures in Las Vegas and the surrounding areas, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.